Hello everyone, welcome back to Mario RPG. We just got done with punching out on the moles.
He got his lights punched out.
It's time to get into Booster Pass. You know, I already went in there once, you saw some enemies there.
Now Chris is looking for hidden objects.
Yeah, might as well. At least there is some kind of random hidden shit. Alright, so now you run into the part of the game where you start getting recolors. And this is the one part of this game I will criticize. I think they go into recolor. Holy shit!
What is that?
That is a lot of enemies. But they go into recolors a bit too soon, in my opinion.
Oh.
And it just feels... And then...
This is the reason why kids don't eat vegetables in the United States. It's this.
It's true. That AoE is so nice.
Yeah.
But the good news is you're going to get a lot of XP here. Now the thing is, these guys are unlimited because there is a Lakitu that's shooting these.
There we go. Thunderbolt! Fire on that plant.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to. There we go. He's got a lot. He's got quite a bit of health.
That's about 400 health if my math is right.
Yep. So we'll kill all three of these. We'll get some.
Hey, got a special one.
I don't mind. I really don't mind special ones because they do give you a bunch of frog coins.
Yeah.
And again, I need about 50 to get the EXP booster here in a couple towns from now.
Yeah.
Or maybe even the town we're coming up to soon.
How many you got right now?
39. So
that's not bad.
That's not bad, no.
Yeah, this is a good area to grind.
There is a...
Over here.
And there's a flower.
Aww. Yeah, we're gonna get something else.
I could grind a little more if I really want. Okay, that's a bad guy. That's right, now all these artichokes are effectively platforms. They can be these assholes, but that guy didn't even stand a chance, so... Fuck you, bitch. And I got Fright Bomb.
There you go.
That causes fear to enemies. That is not a bad little weapon. That's a rock candy. Oh, that's a good weapon to get. I like rock candies.
Hearing rock candy, all I can think about is pop rocks.
Oh, what's this say? Monster list agent. 3 frog forms. Alright, so one thing I haven't really talked about... Well, first off, we'll grab this guy. One thing I haven't really talked about is, in the journal, you can look at the monster list. I don't think we talked about it if we did it in the very first part. But, if you do the, what used to be called the Psycho, the Psychopath is now called the Thought Peak. I like Psychopath better, but I get why they went with it. You can actually, when you look at these, you actually shows you the weaknesses and everything else.
Oh, it acts like a Pokedex.
Yeah.
Once you capture the Pokemon.
Yep. Except it's just any enemy you find, they'll give you some. But if you don't do the thought thing, you don't get the weaknesses. You don't get. You don't get the weaknesses mainly. Is the biggest one. But it shows you drops. It shows you rare drops, what they could drop. How many times you defeat an enemy.
Health, HP.
Exactly, and. So this is a useful thing if you're just curiosity. I don't ever really use this, but it is every enemy that you end up running into. And if you haven't ran into it, then up to the point you're at, well,
question mark.
You got. And remember, we saw that weird.
Shy guy.
That weird shy guy. This guy right here.
Shy Ranger.
Yeah, he was split second. I've never seen him before. And I want to run into him again, because I'm curious what he drops. Oh, it looks like he doesn't drop anything, but...
Oh, it shows animations for Y.
It shows what?
Press Y real quick.
Oh, it shows you their hit. Oh, okay. So yeah, then you can see what they say. I don't really know if that matters a whole lot. Maybe But yeah, so you could go into your journal and you have that. That's a really cool thing. So if you missed a monster though, you have this guy in here.
Okay.
And you could trade him 3. He shows you unseen thought peaks or psychopaths. Or monster. It'll cost you 3. It costs you a shit ton though. 3 crowd coins per entry.
No. Honestly, it would be just better right off out of the gate after you get Mallow.
The thought peak everybody.
Thought peak everyone.
I thought about it, but I just think that's irrelevant. But
yeah.
But he does give you all the monsters you fought before you Mallow joined your team. So that's all for free, which in this is only 4, but but that's nice one. But if you ever if you're that type of completionist and you miss 1 or 2, especially like special not the special enemies, but like very rare enemies, that's the guy you need to go to.
Oh, okay.
There was something.
He's like, I'm gonna get you.
There's like a button there.
Yeah, those guys aren't coming out.
They're dead. They're dead. I don't know if you get XP for that, by the way, but they dead. So you don't have to worry about them. Alright, now we are up to Booster's Tower.
Yay!
Oh, hey, Bowser, wait, what all your minions at?
I miss the good old days!
We've mentioned this before, I know, but one of the best things about all Mario RPGs
is the personality that they put in.
Into Bowser especially. They make Bowser such an interesting character, and I love it, and I'm so happy for it.
Oh, yeah.
And they do a great job. And giving character to all the people, too, for that matter. I mean, I've talked about Thousand Year Door, which I don't have, by the way. I'm so mad. I found out I don't have the GameCube game. I thought I had it. I don't. And I looked up how much it would cost to buy the GameCube game. It was like $100. I'm like, well, fuck that.
You might as well wait for the,
Yeah, there's a remake coming out next year, so
yeah.
That's what I'm going to do, but I'm disappointed because I thought I had that game, and I'm sad that I don't.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
It is. I love Thousand Year Door. It's my favorite RPG of Mario by a long time. I like this game a lot, too, and I like Paper Mario 64. I've never played the Luigi and Mario Saga, unfortunately.
Yeah, Superstar
Saga. I've never played
That's
those.
on the Game Boy Advance Online on the Switch, so that might be one we hit later.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, by the way, we found Peach. She got in the Booster's Tower somehow.
I can't believe it! It's Mario!
Oh no, Mario! I'm up here, you son of a bitch!
Mario!
That voice, it's Peach. Yes. I thought she got away, but she's been stuck here. Well, I guess I'll be returning to my castle now. On my way, Shorty. Why did you? What? I'm confused. What? Okay, whatever. That's fine. Hey, could you let me in, please? It's locked. Oh shit. What are we gonna do, Mike?
I think.
Yeah, it's not opening Mallow, you fucking genius. Uh-oh.
He's going to use his head.
He's gonna use his fat ass. He destroyed the door. What an asshole.
Mario's like...
They're all like...
Mario's like, I go for your tail.
I'm a piece of work, ain't I? Yeah, yes you are. Oh, hold up. We got ourselves a way inside now, huh? Yes. All this power and looks too. I know what you're thinking. I love the character.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's so great.
I'll let you join my minions. You can thank me later.
So yeah, so this is the first game, I believe, ever where Mario and Bowser work together.
Yeah.
And that's kind of good. But I like Booster looking in the background like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm not going to go into how to switch allies. I know how to do that, and I'm going to do that because I am going to, at this stage of the game, I'm going to switch out. So Bowser's biggest deficit in this game is his speed. His speed fucking blows.
But he can tank.
But he can tank, and if you have the Zoom shoes, then he becomes very, very useful. I do like him over Mallow.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have the AoE that Mallow does.
Or not yet, at least?
He does Terrorize, which is nice. Not yet, no. He starts out, what, level He's at level 8,
Well,
so he's at 4.
So he's behind.
Which is normal. That's how it usually goes. He hits like a fucking trick. It's actually my worst character, right? But he's got good defense. He's kind of a weak, so I'm not gonna bring him out yet.
Okay.
Until I get the Zoom shoes, at least. Oh, there. Boost your bid, right? So you can't play. Come back another time, or you can try force your way in.
We're gonna force our way in.
Yeah, these snifters, they're not overly difficult. They do have some health.
We're gonna smack you in the face.
You only gave me 1 XP, though.
Ooh. Hey, there's a Jester.
There's a Jester.
I got a joke for you. It's you in this game.
Ah! Man, I am not hitting those perfectly.
So your damage output right now is freaking high, right? For the crystal. He just gave you math.
Yeah, you did see how much damage Meth did?
Yeah.
Go figure, kids. There we go. I'm not getting that secondary effect on my main hits. I'm a little off. I think I'm a little early on everything. I'm still hitting the action command, but I'm not doing it perfect. But this is how I like to play RPGs. I like to hit hard. I enjoy it. It's my favorite thing.
I like being so much of a glass cannon where I make the game pause and calculate the damage I do for a critical. There is only one game I've done that with. Dragon Age 2.
Yeah.
You built the rogue class as an assassin, so every point that you have in dexterity ups your critical chance. So you have a critical chance of about 230%. And then you build that with a passive feat, I think, where that your dexterity also pours into how much critical damage you're doing too. There was one time I think I ran the numbers. It was 303K.
Jesus.
For freaking critical, and it made my PS3 pause the game to run that calculation and freaking drop the bar real quick before things continue.
Jesus. By the way, these here, either remember them or write them down or something because you actually need to know these. What's going on here? What's out here? Interesting. That's gonna come into play in a bit. And he's creepy.
That kind of reminds me of Qbert just a little bit with the blocks and the jumping.
That's fair. I can see that. I wish that HG back was on Mario. I could use a mushroom here, and I probably should, but I need to see where he's at. He's got a ways yet before his XP.
It looks like Bowser's also gaining XP too.
Oh yeah, whoever, even if your guys aren't in your party, they gain XP as well, so... And now the best music in the game. Coming up. And this is my favorite Tower Amusement. Normally I welcome visitors to play with me and my snifters. However, a girl follows Sky into my lap recently. So...
I'm busy keeping her happy.
So folks just apparently kidnap people and you're fine. I love Booster's theme.
This is
I love this music so much. It is Flower Tab. It's one of my favorite musics in the entire game.
A Rom-Om? Oh no!
Oh, I fucked that up.
There you go.
They don't have a lot of health, but I think they hit hard.
Yeah.
Might as well take the experience.
Yep, we need to get Bowser leveled up.
Nice.
There's another one.
And this is what I was talking about earlier with the reskinning of enemies. You start really seeing it here in this section, and I wish. I mean, you still get like Daleks. That's brand new enemy. You still get some brand new enemies, but you do start seeing this a lot more.
Reskin, yeah.
And I don't know. It depends on how you feel about it, but
well, it also to consider like the time that when it was made and trying to keep true with the graphical update. They had to do it in terms of assets of what they were able to render on a 16-bit console.
that's fair. That is a very, very legitimate and fair point.
Because Final Fantasy VII does the same thing, even though that came out on PS1.
Well, that's fair.
And it also that speaks to the time in terms of like where graphics and computer for gaming. Especially for gaming programming, it's that it was cheaper to do that rather than do the R&D to really push the envelope. Because at that point, you're putting your game out of the reach of what people could actually pay for.
Right. So you remember seeing that bomb earlier?
Yep.
Oh,
You missed it.
you have to jump onto that.
Right, square on it.
Yes,
Ah.
and it's worth it. Trust me. It doesn't take too terribly long to get back to where you were,
Yeah, just
but it is, you
it's a
know,
hike.
like all the enemies respawn. So again, you want to grind? Great grinding spot.
Yeah, just purposely missed. Continue coming back.
Yeah. Or just do it. Even if you hit it eventually. I think it took me like 3 or 4 tries last time, but I was pretty close there. So.
Yeah, so yeah, the reskinning, it's for modern gamers, it seems lazy, but you also have to look at this from the viewpoint of this came out 30 years ago, so that was the cheapest way of adding some longevity to it.
That's a very fair point. I'll buy that. All right, Bowser is leveled up. Fuck. I actually don't want to fight these guys.
No, I died! Because it's, around that time in terms of gaming, building something from the ground up was more expensive than slapping a new coat of skin on there, even though we talk about, like, new coat of skin.
There it is. And you found the masher.
The hammer!
And it hits you in the head. But the masher is a new weapon for Mario. And it adds 20 attack.
Yep.
So very much worth doing that. I recommend it because again, I like to destroy things.
So like Final Fantasy, even one of the games that I like playing, like the original Command & Conquer and Red Alert.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what Red Alert is? It's just a reskin new story with a couple new units and a new setting of the original Command & Conquer. That's all it is. But yet, it's loved by people.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy VII. Everyone loves that one.
Yeah.
But a lot of the enemies slap a new coat of paint on there. It's not. I'm not just saying it in a derogative term of like cosmetic wise. I have an issue when DLCs. There's some DLCs that are cosmetic and it doesn't really add anything to like game outside of lores. Uh-oh. Hey!
A pretty cool Easter egg. If you leave, you can't leave. It would just go back and you'll return back to normal.
Aww.
So that's a cool little Easter egg in there.
Yeah.
It's fun. Want to show that off.
But even like, think of Wolfenstein 3D. That hallway graphic setup. Doom 1993. Use that same setup.
Sure.
And it's because you have to look at that time in terms of gaming. Like gaming, we don't have all the game engines. They didn't have all the game engines like what we do now. Because it was still like developing. Like I think we're in the golden era of gaming where people copy and paste stuff. It's lazy. Like right now, it's a time for like really pushing the envelope, and the games that do push the envelope are fantastic.
Yep. That's fair. You know, that's a very fair point. And, you know, I guess it wasn't more of a critique. I was saying it was just it's noticeable.
Yeah, it is noticeable, and
but you're absolutely right.
But you also have to think about like what you and I we come out of that those younger days of gaming to where we have more modern expectations. We're like, no, we got to go back and we got to think about it contextually. Like this is what was cheap for them.
Gonna fight? Yes, I do.
Yeah, we're gonna fight you.
Bitch. I wish those guys were a little bit harder than they actually are.
Yeah, they're a pushover.
Yeah. We'll get through this room here, and I think we'll call it a part.
Yeah.
An episode, sorry.
Episode part.
Lucky. Hi, AJ. And
Yeah, that got destroyed.
Yeah, that.
This is the first time that the hammer shows up. It shows up later in the Mario and Luigi games where you get the hammer.
That's a good point. This is the first game that I'm aware of that the hammer becomes a Mario weapon outside of like the original Donkey Kong games.
Yeah.
First time since then, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
A more accurate statement if you're.
But in terms of like a equipable weapon, this is the first time.
That is a good point. I always enjoy when there's one, although it doesn't give you shit for experience.
No. You gotta pick me up.
I'm full on.
Granted, I also see your critique of with the remake. This is, or even a remaster. This is your chance of diversifying and making it stand out from the original, which I get. That's also.
That's yeah.
I get that.
I mean, I want to make it clear that, like, that doesn't really sway my opinion of this game at all. I just wanted to point out that this is the point of the game where it's really noticeable.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm not, again, that's, as you talked about, I understand the reasons, but it is there and it's noticeable.
It is.
Alright. Great time. We're at the save block.
Woo!
So that's going to do it for this episode. Join us for the next episode where we continue. Should we check out that switch and go to the Booster's Pass and see what that did? Or should we continue on in the Booster's Power and leave that for later?
I think we leave that for later.
Yeah. We could
leave it something for someone to hang on to. Like
some suspense.
What are they talking about?
But that will do it for that. So make sure you join us then. Until next time.
See